Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. I have a good mix of drugstore and high-end products. I have two palettes that I purchased, and this is the one I used in the video. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. I really like it. It's on my eyes right now, and there's some patchiness going on, but that has nothing to do with those eyeshadows. I think it has something to do with this liquid metal thing that I purchased. And the other palette I have is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, but I think this is going to get its own separate first impressions video. So yes, I'm going to try not to talk a lot, talk your ear off, because I'm sure this video is already going to be extremely long. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so starting off, I'm going to prime my eyes, and for primer I got the Tarte Shape Tape 12-hour primer stick. I can get it out. I've been really curious about this because ever since their new like Shape Tape launch, like with their foundation and all the stuff they did, I haven't really heard or seen a lot of people talk about this. So we're going to try it out today. I'm sorry if you hear someone talking in the background. My dad is home. I'm scared it's gonna be too greasy. I mean, it blends in really well. It doesn't feel as greasy once it's blended in, and it looks like it has a little bit of coverage to it, that it covered the veins that I have in my showing in my eyelids. So I'm going to set that down, and the palette that I'm going to be using today is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. Her lemonade palette and lip glosses just launched at the beginning of the month. What this palette looks like, I'm really interested in using this color in Cold Brew right here. I got a little glitter thing to try out. Hopefully it matches with that color a little bit. I don't know what kind of look I want to do today. I do know I kind of want to use these two colors down here because I don't really use color all that much, but I do need to hurry up and set this because this is already creased. So let me blend. I guess I'll do one eye at a time. Blend that back out so it's not, I'm not setting in the creases. And I'm gonna take Vanilla Cream right here and set that down. I love that the pan sizes of these are so big that she said you can use this as like on your face too. So I mean, that's really good. You get a lot of product for the money that you pay for it. And so far it feels nice on the lid. I haven't really seen, I try not to watch a ton of videos on stuff like this before I buy it because I really want it to be my first impressions. Like, of course I've seen her announcement video about it and her talking about it, and I swatched this, like I swatched a couple shades when I was in Ulta, and that was about it. I really want this to be a true first impressions. I'm going to be taking a Morphe M504 brush. This is my absolute favorite brush to start out my looks with, and I think I'm going to take Caramel first. This color right here. It's good pigment, perfect to start for transition. I wanted this when she first released it. I really didn't have the money for it, and I really like it because it's very neutral, but then you have like those little pops of color. And purple is not something that I really reach for a lot. Neither is this Cold Brew shade, but I'm ready to try it out today. And I'm kind of excited to try her lemonade palette because that looks like really fun for summer. So next I'm just going to take a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to go into Hazelnut, this color right here. And this I'm going to keep lower into the crease and on the outer part of my eye. So I'm not going to go as high up as I did with Caramel. I'm going to take Mocha right here, this brown shade, and I am going to deepen up the outer part of my eye a little bit more. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do a halo eye. So I'm going to take this in the inner part as well. So I just took a little bit more of hazelnut and caramel and blended that out. Now I'm going to take another tiny brush, and this is actually a Morphe M506 brush. I just picked this up today, so this is my first time using this brush, but I'm now going to go into Cold Brew, this color right here, and I'm going to kind of put this in the same area that I just put Mocha. Just laying it on top and blending it towards the center part of my eye. I'm going to put something else here so it doesn't have to cover that whole space, and it doesn't have to look too precise since I'm going to cover the edges anyway. And of course I'm going to take it on the inner part of my eye. I'm going to take just a little bit more of Mocha and blend this out into the crease just a little bit. That way it's not so harsh. So I think now I'm going to move on to this little liquid metal eyeshadow that I got. This is from Model's Own. This is what this looks like. I was kind of hoping it'll go with this color here. It might be just a little bit more green. This one is in Peacock from Model's Own. And this one's a little bit more affordable than the other stuff I was looking at. Oh, that's really pretty. I wonder if it dries down though. That's the thing. Like, is it gonna stay sticky? I don't want to put it just on my eye because I don't want to get too crazy. So I'm just gonna put some on my hand and use a brush to apply it. And this is just an Ulta brush, I think. Oh yeah. I'm going to go back in with that Cold Brew shade and start blending this as much as possible. And this top part of my crease isn't completely dry, so I'm just going to run the brush around that to try to blend that in as well. And this, I'm trying to more like push it down and pull it out so it's putting more of the pigment. So I'm going to clean up the fallout on my face, and it doesn't look like the fallout's from the eyeshadow. It actually looks like it's from this glitter, this liquid metal eyeshadow that I just used. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of caramel and just blend this out a little bit more. I'm going to leave the eyes for now, and move on to my face. This is just the normal way I do my makeup. So for foundation, I already have my face primed. I didn't have a primer that I was absolutely in love with, like that I wanted to try. Actually, I wanted to try the NYX Angel Veil, but my Ulta was out. So I just used my normal primer, which is my Smashbox Primerizer. I wanted to try this Makeup Revolution. This is their Fast Base Stick Foundation. I had a little trouble finding my shade in this. So what I like to do when I'm buying a new foundation, this Tarte Clay Stick Foundation, this is in Fairlight Neutral. This is like my perfect shade. I can get away with it when I'm a little bit more tanner. And even when I'm a little bit more fair, it's not too much darker, so I can still get away with it. So what I did, see, like I'm almost out of it. But what I like to do is I'll go into Ulta, swatch the tester of this shade, and then match it and swatch other testers to get my closest one. This one was a little bit darker, but one down was way too light. So I just went with the darker one. It's not too much darker. So this is the only other stick foundation I've tried, and I love using it with my Morphe Y6 brush. So that is what we are going to do. I'm just going to do it section by section. This might be an okay color match for me because I am a little bit tanner on my neck and on my chest because I have gotten a little bit of sun this summer. It seems a little bit more dewy than the Tarte stick foundation. So I just realized that one of my lights was off this whole time, and I didn't even notice it because my other one was on. So this side of probably darker the whole first half of the video. Hopefully y'all can still see what I was doing with my eyes. Yeah, I think this color is pretty okay for me. I get down my neck. I mean, coverage wise, it's I'm gonna say it's light to medium coverage, probably more towards medium. It's covered everything pretty well. You can still kind of see that red spot. It's a little red over here. I wonder what this would look like with a sponge. I am gonna tap over this with my sponge. I do have this damp. So for concealer, I've actually tried this before, so it's not a first impression, but I got 2 more shades in the Makeup Revolution one because the one I have already, is in C1, which is their lightest shade, and that was already way too light for me, even for under eye highlighting. So I went up to C3 because this is what I matched it to what my lighter under eye one is in the Tarte Shape Tape, and that one's actually probably too light for me, but this one is a little bit better. So I'm gonna use this for under my eyes, and then I got one in C5 for spot concealing. I'm going to bake under my eyes, and the powder that I got to set my face and to try for baking is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Setting Powder. I got mine in translucent because it's the lightest one they had, and since I want it to under my eyes, I don't want it to darken under my eyes. I didn't really have a setting powder in mind when I went in there. Even for translucent, this does have a deeper color to it. Oh yeah, that's like darkening under my eyes. I need to get that off. Like, it touched right here on my face and it made it so orangey. Right under my eyes right here where the powder touched, it just looks extremely cakey. Actually be going in with my removal powder instead. I still am trying to find, this is what I'm trying to find the replacement for since this is not cruelty free. Set my whole entire face, since I'm not using that Ulta powder, I'm just going to be using the Milani Translucent Light to Medium Loose Powder M432 brush from Morphe and go into Cold Brew. And I'm going to really push this up against the waterline. Now I'm going to take that little brush and go back into Mocha right here and just kind of make it a little bit more smoky under there and blend that out. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of vanilla cream that I used to set my primer down, and I'm going to just take this and put this under the brow bone. I don't really do shimmery brow bone highlights anymore. I just don't like the way it looks. And for the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to highlight with Macchiato, which is this color right here. Technically, I didn't get a new liner that I hadn't tried. I've tried the NYX retractable pencils before, but this one's in brown. All I have are black eyeliners and teal for some reason. Those are the only two colors I buy eyeliners in. So I've been wanting brown, and my NYX one that I have that's in black, I absolutely love. So I didn't want to do black for this look because I felt like this is just a lot of brown tones. I'm going to go do mascara and lashes, and I'm probably just going to use my Essence Lash Princess for my mascara, and I'm going to go apply these lashes, and I will be right back. Moving on to the rest of my face. For bronzer, I got the Anastasia powder bronzer. I got mine in the shade Rosewood. I was trying to compare it to the Tarte Park Ave Princess Matte bronzer because I love the way that shade looks on my skin. They didn't have any, so I couldn't swatch it. So I just swatched the shimmery version, and this one wasn't too far off. I'm scared it's gonna be a little too warm, but all the cooler tones looked like it was gonna be way too deep for my skin. So this is what this looks like. Oh, I think it's gonna be a little too warm toned for me. Let's see. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. complexion brush. I love this for just bronzing up the skin. Really pigmented. Yeah, I think it's a little too orangey for my skin. It's not sitting well at all on top of this foundation. I'll just have to work with this foundation and try it with different powders on top and different primers underneath, because I don't think this is the bronzer. I think it's literally just the foundation. For blush, I'm going to take this one right here from the Anastasia Radiant one, and this is in Coastline. Like, I'm looking really red. Really red. I guess let's go ahead and just move on to highlight. And for highlight, I got this Morphe High Impact Highlighter, and this one in Extra. I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about this. So let's see. I love the packaging. It's very sleek, and this is what this looks like. There wasn't really a highlighter that I had in mind when I went in there, so I kind of just picked one. Hopefully it's a good color for me. All the other ones look too dark, and the rest of them look too dark except for one, but it was way too light. Oh, that's pretty. I have a feeling it may be a little too dark for my skin though. I mean, it's really pretty. It's not creamy. It's kind of like one of those stiff powders. I don't know how to describe it. All my face makeup, I'm not really liking right now. I look really red in my monitor from the bronzer, and then up close in person I can see a lot of cakiness and patchiness on this foundation. So, and this highlight is really pretty. Okay, so for lips, I have actually never tried the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lips. I've tried their satin and their glosses, and I want something that's not gonna budge. So I got two. I got Sunday and Times Square. And this one again is in Times Square. I don't know if this goes perfectly with this look, but I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. I like the formula. It seems like it's drying down pretty fast. So now let me go ahead and set my face. And this was one of the things I was most excited about trying. And this is the Morphe Continuous Mist Spray. Oh. Ooh. I think I sprayed a little too much. Let me just run through the products and tell you what I like and what I didn't like. Starting with, let's start with foundation. I liked this when I first applied it, but now I think it's looking way too cakey and it's not sitting well under the powders that I use. So maybe I'll just try it with different primers and powders and see. Right now I'm a little iffy about it. So this product I know I didn't like. This is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Setting Powder. It just reacted really weird as soon as it hit the foundation under my eyes. It just reacted super crazy, and I can't have dark under eyes. That just looks bad. Eyeshadow palette, I do really like this. I think it's worth the money. The only thing is it's white and it's already a little dirty. So I mean, yes, I feel like this is really nice. I'm really excited to get a little bit more use and play out of it. Yes, I really like this, and I'm really excited to try her Lemonade palette next. Really beautiful. The bronzer, I like the bronzer. I just think I need a different shade in it. I think this is just a little too warm for me. Maybe I'll mix it with something. I'll keep trying it. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know. I like the formula. It's just the color's a little off for me. The highlight, I do like the highlighter. It is kind of like one of those drier feeling powder highlighters, if you guys know what I mean. Like, you know those powders that when you rub, you can just tell they're a little bit drier. It feels like that. I do like it though. I think it is nice. It's pretty pigmented, pretty glowy. This Model's Own Liquid Metal, I do like the way it looks, but it already looks like it's kind of pulling up in certain spots. So it doesn't really last. It looks like a lot of it just falls. It's a lot of fallout from the eye. And the setting spray. I do like this setting spray. I felt like it kind of melted some of the powders on my face together so it doesn't feel so powdery. Overall, I think this was a pretty successful first impressions. There wasn't too much that I disliked. I really liked a lot of what I purchased. I might return the bronzer because I really don't know about that. I think I definitely am going to return this powder. I'm not keeping the powder. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Also turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime that I post a video. You can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and you'll be updated there as well. I'm trying to get back on my posting schedule on Mondays and Fridays, and it's usually around in between 5 and 6 p.m. I don't think I have anything else to say, except I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.